Welcome to Busy Bride 101, wedding planning tips for the bride on the go. And I'm your host, Lisa G. McMillan, wedding and event planner at Exquisite Events and Consulting. I've worked in this industry for over 15 years, creating joyful weddings with little advance notice to events years in the making, overflowing with fun and reverence in the name of love. And with every episode, I'll provide straightforward ideas and candid advice to inspire you as you plan an enjoyable and heartfelt wedding loaded with unforgettable memories. Here's today's episode, Vendor Consultation Takeaways. Whenever you schedule a consultation with a vendor, you need to prepare yourself prior to the meeting with a few questions about the services, costs, and deliverables. And here are a few tips to consider. Tip number 1, if at all possible, never attend your consultation alone. Regardless if it is face-to-face or over the phone, there's just so much information disseminated, which at times feels like drinking from a fire hydrant. Oh my gosh, that's just a lot of information coming at you at one time. So you'll need someone to capture pertinent details revealed during this information gathering session. What better person to assign that duty but your fiancé? If not your fiancé, then choose someone who is a good listener and has a knack for details. Later, you'll compare their notes with the services listed on the vendor estimate or contract. Tip number 2, get the name of the person conducting the consultation. Will this person be your contact on the day of your wedding? Knowing the name of this person makes it easier whenever you have future questions. Tip number 3, ask when you can expect to receive the contract or estimate from the vendor. Depending on their schedule, it can take within 24 hours of your conversation up to 30 whole days. Post that date on your calendar. I mean, add flashing lights and audible alerts on that calendar and follow up with that vendor accordingly. And I say this because sometimes vendors simply forget to send that contract or estimate right back to you. Tip number 4, be as descriptive as possible when conveying your vision for the event. For example, mention specific colors, textures, and even styles. One of the best ways to communicate this is by sharing your Pinterest wedding boards. It's simple and a great conversation starter. If you just so happen to have a copy of your invitation, bring it along too. Okay, I'm going to give you a little old school advice. Here we go. Visit your local home improvement store and walk over to the paint section. There are tons of paper color swatches at your fingertips to begin creating your color palette, and you can share them with your florist, cake baker, and bridal salon. And don't forget about Old Faithful. Toss in a few photos from wedding magazines, and you can't go wrong. Here's a pro tip. Many of you attend several weddings throughout the year. Find out the name of the photographer and check out their website or blog, which may display your friend's gallery of pictures. Or ask your friend if they wouldn't mind sending you a link to their wedding pics. That's an easy way to get inspiration. Tip number 5. Please listen closely to this tip because it is so important. Secure your venue before you schedule your consultation with your florist. Let me repeat. Secure your venue before you schedule your consultation with your florist. Why, you ask? Florists need to be aware of the environment in which they will be creating and installing your floral arrangements. This is why events held on a mountaintop, a bustling cityscape, or even a breezy beach wedding require varying logistics and tools to set up and break down safely in a timely fashion. Tip number 6. I have yet to run into a bride who wants to discuss the inclement weather plan, but you have to ask this question during the consultation just so you have an idea as to what Plan B is going to be and how it will affect the look and feel of your wedding. Tip number 7. Throughout your vendor consultation, there will probably be a few action items assigned to your to-do list. Those action items may be crucial pieces to help them in constructing the price. Maybe it's confirming the exact date of the event as opposed to telling them which season of the year the wedding will be held. Or it could be the start and end time of your events, which affects the staffing needs of your vendors. And I highly encourage you to offer an approximation of how long the event will last. Here's another. Photos and sizes of custom design arches, huppas, centerpieces, wedding attire, or even a signature drink preference can make a difference in the accuracy and delivery of your contract. Tip number 8. Don't be shy and ask about additional fees such as mileage, delivery, labor, gratuity, vendor parking, vendor meals, and the highly overlooked fee, overtime. Because if the party is jumping all night long and you simply want one more hour of fun, ask each vendor about the fee and how it pertains to them. Tip number 9. Discuss with your vendor any wedding rituals or traditions to bear in mind for your event. For instance, when and where will you conduct the ketubah signing? And will there be mass? Will you light a unity candle? And the list goes on and on. Tip number 10. With every vendor consultation, it takes two to tango. Each party must speak clearly and listen closely. No question is ever stupid, and if it's on your mind, ask. Thanks for listening to Busy Bride 101, wedding planning tips for the bride on the go. To keep up with us and learn more tips, visit our website at www.exquisiteevents.info and on Instagram at Exquisite Events Consulting. Subscribe to get notified of new episodes and share with your friends. Always remember, your wedding is for the two of you.